Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Chill Sunday stream. I hope everyone is having a lovely Sunday. Reminder to everyone to switch over to live chat so we can see everything that everybody's saying. And with that said, I'm just going to wait for people to make their way in. We're going to be playing Vane today. Welcome, Jalix. Good to see you here today. How are you doing? Audio video works. Good to know. Thank you, merchants. Welcome, welcome. Duke, welcome. How are you doing today? Jalix says, okay, I guess. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm just, chilling with a pot of tea. Getting ready to stream this game and chill. Vane promises to be a short game. We'll see how long it actually takes, but I imagine either this stream or early next stream we'll end up finishing it. So I have some potential ideas for games for next week, which we'll figure out, assuming that we do wrap this up as quickly as I've heard that this game can be. I also want to take some time today to talk about what makes us thrive. And that's tied to some content that was put out recently by Fox News, actually. Some things that they had said that I want to kind of bring up and reframe the narrative. So we'll have a good conversation about that, I'm sure. I also want to just make sure that all of our volumes are doing okay. How funny would it be if we're still playing this game 20 weeks from now? That would be a little sad. That would be a little scary. How is my volume compared to the game volume? Is it a good balance, or do I need to lower or raise anything? Whenever we get a new game, I feel like I have to check with that. Jaguar, welcome, welcome. How are you doing this lovely Sunday? Jalix says it's perfect in my opinion. Good, good. Glad to hear that. So I am going to give people about another minute or two to make their way in. Okay, well, if anybody has any issues with volume, just let me know, Duke. Jaguar says, I'm feeling creative. I'll be working on some creative projects during stream again. That sounds awesome. I hope whatever you make ends up being the best that it can possibly be. Your favorite emoji, the cat in the box. True. Let me grab a little more tea. Duke loving Jaguar's got creativity. It's good to hear. I do enjoy the fact that you all are so supportive of each other's creative endeavors. That sounds great, Jaguar. I'd love to see it. Thank you for offering to post it on the Discord. I didn't want to push or anything, but whenever anybody posts any of their projects, it's always nice to see. So, with that said, let us start Vane. See what this game is about. I like the loading animation as well. Ah. Oof. Ooh. That got really loud. There is no option for volume. Give me 1 second. How does game not have audio option? Good thing I should be able to run it through the... do that. That's better on my end. I don't know if that affected you all. I hope it did. Let me... Is that a little bit better? I think it needs to drop a little bit more, though. At least on my end. Let's try that. Yeah, I don't have control over that, unfortunately, Jaguar. That a little better? Okay. Where am I even going? Oh. What just happened? Did I die already? I have no idea. I got so distracted with the sound, I wasn't paying attention to where I was running. What am I even supposed to do here? Because it kind of just kills your... pathway right at the beginning. Oh, here we go. That sound of the metal shuddering is kind of intense. Ooh. No, for real, the music shift was really nice. Okay. It does look like we're on a monumental, metal structure. Well, we got screamed at by Birdman. And then I either died or, something happened. I'm guessing something happened. Well, that was a start. Okay, I can control the camera. I'm a bird. Welcome, Jay. How are you doing today? This is an indie game that's supposed to be kind of a puzzle adventure where you switch between Flight as a bird and puzzles as a young boy. This is kind of beautiful. Jalix, actually Journey is a very good representation for what this game is like. My week's been okay, Jay. You know, life's been happening. But, yeah, I can't complain too much at the moment. How about you? I'm just kind of following this canyon right now. Life can indeed be whack sometimes. There is no music in this section yet. There is some small sound effects. Oh my goodness, that hopping animation is so cute. So am I supposed to, like, do something? Okay, I perched on the tree. Can I perch on this thing? That's what I'd really like to do. Oh. What did I do? I don't think I'm killing the birds. But they all did fly this way. Maybe they're telling me where to go. I can still see them in the distance, but they are way faster than me. like some ruins. Oh, now we're getting some speed. There we go. Oh. Okay. We are on a Vane. Are they trying to tell me where to go? Because they're all going on this side. When I call out, they seem to all land on this one. Unless I'm completely misreading that. No, that's definitely what's happening. Alright, so I'm gonna follow the vein, as it were. Because I genuinely don't know what we're doing. But I feel like part of this is exploring. Sam, welcome. How are you doing today? Is this an entrance? Is this where it wanted me to go? Was I even able to get up to the top? Yeah, I'll try getting to the top, apparently. Oh wow. That view. That view is kind of amazing. Does it want me to go to those ruins over there? Hello, Roy G. Biv. How are you doing today? What does this game want me to do? Like, how vast is the world in this game? Yeah, Jaguar, that's kind of what I'm having an issue with. I don't know where to go first. You know, I followed those birds. And then I got to that Vane. I have no idea what the objective is at the moment. I just know we ended up at that weather vane over there. And it seemed like the birds were pointing me in a direction. Which maybe I didn't follow well enough. I'm gonna try this again. All that we're really told, Jaguar, is that we're a bird who can transform into a human, or a human that can transform into a bird. And we have to solve puzzles and do something to the land. Yeah, they're definitely telling me to go that way. Let me try following the canyon here. After another like 5 or 10 minutes of this goes by without us having really a direction, maybe somebody can kind of subtly guide me where to go, or I'll look it up. But this looks different. Am I doing anything right, Jay? Ah, wait, this looks promising. I think I might understand what I'm doing a little bit. I think the vein is pointing me in the direction of these like four. If there's probably going to be four of these, and so each one is going to kind of point me towards that. At least that would make sense to me. Yeah, because I just made all those birds go to the vein as well. So let's go back to the vein and see what, what's happening now. Oh yeah, there's a lot more birds there. Where to now, birdies? Oh. I think my pimento cheese may have been bad. Was getting ready to do some editing and suddenly not feeling well. Oh no, Sam. I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's what I figured, Jay. I'm glad that I'm not completely missing the mark there. Let's follow this one now. Okay, flat. And go. This is certainly an experience. And is this another one? This one looks kind of broken. It says the next place the person went was inside a dark cave. It was to the right of the lake. Or left if, depending which way you're facing. Okay. Is it this cave over here? That one looks... Why wouldn't it let me perch down there? Sound effects are so intense. The comments on the game talked about how on the video talked about how disappointing the game was. I'm enjoying myself so far. I hope it's not disappointing. I'm kind of enjoying just the exploration of it. Like, what's this? This looks like it was part of a building. Let me land back here and look again. I don't even know which way they want me to go. That way was one lake. That way was another lake. Then I guess I want to go... You know what? Let's see if this leads to anything. Let's follow it straight. Wait, I see something off in the distance. Yeah, I definitely think I had to follow the 4 points. Okay. Well, that's 3. I must have missed the direction on 4 then. The graphics on this are just so gorgeous, though. Mad Max is seen by crows. True. Oh, the top one is pointing in that direction now. Maybe I should follow that. I'm gonna follow that. Is that another lake over there? Nope, that is a sandstorm. What just happened? Jaguar says, I agree with Jay. I would have been very much lost with this game. It's a good thing for walkthroughs. Yeah, true. Jay says, so Afghanistan. Yeah. Yeah. bit of a messy situation, to say the least. What did Kyle Kalinske do, Jay? I haven't been following. He's making tweets about people suffering under the Taliban. You mean as opposed to or in addition to the US occupation? Okay, there's this one. Welcome back, Duke. Where am I going? Because it looks like this is supposed to be the fourth one. But it's kind of not operational at all. He's happy we're pulling out and mocking people that are concerned about it. Oof. Yeah, I think it's kind of disturbing how many people I've seen on Twitter kind of being like, oh, just because the US was bad, that makes somehow the Taliban, like, somehow the good guys, question mark? And I'm not seeing that, and I don't understand that perspective at all. Like, there's still a completely conservative regime that was fighting against socialism and communism. Like, the roots of the organization were fighting against leftist ideas. Let's see if there's one over this way. US leaving is mostly good, but a bunch of people are going to suffer big, and that sucks. I mean, to be fair, in that regard, a large part of that is the US's responsibility and fault. Who funded it? Who funded the organizations? Who did all the damage? Who was in there for 20 years? But in that regard, yeah, I don't think this alternative is going to fix things. And I think that's the biggest issue. I mean, it's worth recognizing how bad the US being there was. But we can't just be like, oh, you know, that means whoever's replacing the US is the good guys. Everything's fixed. That's not how that works. Hey, I found the fourth one. I mean, it's not like the Taliban's representing leftist perspectives, you know. We'd be having a very different conversation if they were. Duke says, I feel that Americans should generally be less concerned with problems in other countries and far more concerned about problems in their own, especially their leadership. Absolutely true. The US leadership right now, well, I mean, by definition, is a disaster. Oh, we did a thing. I don't know what we did. But we did a thing. I'm gonna go check out the shiny now. It's my bird instincts. The US is the root cause of the majority of the problems. Agreed. And I'm not saying that that there's anything that can be done. I'm just saying that it's worth noting that it's not good. And I think people should not be gloating. We have transformed. Absolutely, Duke. The US leaving is very important, and I wish it wasn't happening under such circumstances. What is happening? Oh, there's stairs over there. I should probably go the direction of the stairs. That would make sense. Oh, is that the house from the beginning? There's stuff growing around me. Whoa. That is wacky. Okay, I'm in this cave thing. That has happened. And I'm in a bird cage. This is so bizarre. Jay said, and that's Kyle Kalinske on Twitter right now, gloating. I don't think I died. I think I progressed the plot, Duke. I wish people were able to recognize that, yes, the US does a lot of bad. And I'm not defending the US in any regard with this. They cause a lot of the problems. They cause the problems in this circumstance. The US being out of Afghanistan is objectively a good thing. And the US not intervening in the world and trying to be the world's police force is a good thing. That doesn't mean that what's replacing the US is always going to be good either. And I don't know. When it comes to the game, Duke, I don't think I'm dead. Maybe? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. This game is bizarre. Oh, okay. I'm a bird again. No worries, Jaguar. Welcome, Gangle. How are you doing today? Oh no, not freaky at all, Duke. Okay, I can't do anything about that because I'm a bird. I don't even know what I'm doing here. It's another shiny. How do I get the shiny? I see more shiny. Shiny makes me human. Duly noted. That heartbeat in the background is intense. I don't know if you all can hear that. That, like, pulsating sound. Is that another bird in the bird cage? Or is that me in the bird cage? Hey, we set the bird free. I think we did good. And do I push this off the cliff? What is going on in this game? sound effects are so, like, chilling in a weird way. But I'm guessing I have to push all these things off. Here's another one. Now what? So it looks like I need to get over there. Is there a way for me to transform back? Or do I have to do all this in human form? Okay, I can just jump off to change back. Good to know. Have a good one as well, Sam. Thank you for stopping by. It's always appreciated. Oh, I see. Think. Birds can push this down. Okay. Not 100% sure yet. Looks like this one opened up, though. Oh, is that gonna be really what the mechanic is? About pushing these things off so I can fly over to new areas that are now unlocked? And kind of just switching between it all? Because if so, that's kind of cool. Okay. Ground just kind of fell out from under my feet while I was walking there. Duke says, seems so, yeah. Nice, relaxing puzzles, it seems. That's what I'm getting the vibe of. Here we have... Do I have to just push this off? Or do they want me to push it in a specific direction? Okay, why did I transform back? I'm assuming then I would push this one this way? I honestly have no idea. Let's head back up these steps and see. And then we can go back up top. Yeah. Is that another cage I can reach to open? Because that looks very high up. have no idea. Oh, okay. Did I want to do that? Oh, maybe I have to go back to being a bird for a second. Because I see birds hovering around here. And then if they all do that, maybe that'll... Yep. And then in my human form, I can probably deal with that. So it's going to be a lot of switching back and forth, I guess. What's this? I'm gonna say this much. One thing that I wish this game would have done a little bit differently, is that you run really slow as a human. Compared to how fast you can move as a bird. And while that makes realistic sense, and they probably wanted the game to be a little bit maybe longer, I think it would have been just nice to give the human a little bit of a faster running speed. I could see that as well, Jaguar. Having some music would potentially be nice. Oh, they're flying over there now. I will join them. Ah, okay, we needed to get enough birds together to get that over there. Well, let's go become a human over here now. The atmosphere and the graphics, though, are really, really good. I'm just kind of drawn into how, like, realistic the flying mechanic feels. Okay. We went through. Now what? That looks like enough of a fall for me to turn back into a bird. Probably not what the game wants me to do, but it is probably an option. Now it has me come up here. And then... Oh, okay. Where do these stairs lead to? Is there a staircase leading up this spiral? Yes, there is. Okay. Let's go check that out. Can I jump enough to make that? I think I can. Nope. Bird time. Okay. I am very quickly going to run to the bathroom and I will be right back. Um, and then when I get back, we can talk a little bit about the topic for today and try to figure out more of this game. In the meantime, I will be right back. Okay, and we are back. Sorry for the delay. Get back into the game in a moment. So, for today's topic, I wanted to talk about the things that make us thrive. Because recently, there was a segment on Fox News that came out. Duke, you have to step away to put on some food. Okay, I'm gonna start talking about the topic a little bit, and hopefully you can join us when you get your food together a little bit. Where Laura Ingraham had basically come out recently and talked about how it is that unemployment is somehow affecting people going back to work. And within that whole segment, there was a position where the person that she was speaking with basically was talking about how if they get rid of unemployment benefits, it'll be like military dogs being starved. That it would kind of incentivize people to be hungry to go back to work. And quite to the opposite of this narrative, that's not how people thrive. People don't thrive when they're hungry. People don't thrive when they are being literally starved out. People tend to not respond well to things like that. So I wanted to spend some time talking about the ways we actually thrive and flip that narrative. Because the things that typically would make people thrive is knowing that they're safe, knowing that their hunger is being met, knowing that their family and loved ones are not going to experience an emergency and not be able to handle it. That's how we thrive. Yeah, it was John Taffer. Thank you, Gangle. God, that was he wasn't even arguing in that section against unemployment. He was saying that unemployment benefits should go to the employers. It was something else. But given all that, I wanted to kind of just bring up that concept of like what does in fact make us thrive. And throw that out to you all, in addition to some of my own thoughts on the matter, and just get a conversation going about how to deal with that, both from the perspective of Fox News being completely out of touch with reality in that regard, and the level of cruelty there, but also from our own perspectives, like turning that negative into a positive, and going in both directions with it. So I guess my question to you all, in short, is what makes us thrive? What is it that makes you thrive? What are the things that you wish you could have that would make life easier, that would make things better? Because it's clearly not having us, starved from a lack of unemployment and working for employers. It's clearly not employers being paid extra money by the government to incentivize us to have to go there to keep working hard. I don't know what I just did. Did I turn another bird into a person? And like, just to cover it a little bit more, one of the things that I feel like makes us thrive that really is not even being considered is having access to community and care. At least for me. I can speak to that. In a lot of our social settings, so much of it is reliant on just straight up pure individualism. I think that the question could be about what makes us thrive as individuals, as a community, and as a society. Jaguar, that's a great way to frame it. As well as what does thrive mean? Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great way of putting it, and if anyone wants to answer that, feel free. I think to me, thriving means being in a place where your needs are met at the very least. But even more than that, having your needs met is survival. But it's gotta be the point where you're somewhat comfortable, right? It's not just you're at your barest minimum surviving, but that you've actually taken the next level up, right? To where you're getting everything that you need and more, where you feel a sense of safety and security in your life. And that's something a lot of people have not had really a lot of access to in their lives in this day and age. It means being sure that there's going to be food on the table. It means being sure that there's going to be access to healthcare. To me, I think it also means making sure that you're... I don't know. I'm just trying to think of, like, what else that could mean for people. Jaguar, since you posed that, you stated, for me, thriving would be able to be a full human being, and being an agent of one's life, being fulfilled. So for the individual, that would be able to have their basic needs met so that they can pursue other endeavors. That's a great way of putting it. I really like that. Oh, okay, that lowered because I got the other ones done. That's how I get over here. That makes sense. Greetings, King Cyrus. How are you doing today? We were just having a conversation about what makes us thrive. Kind of coming off of the stuff that happened on Fox News recently, where we were kind of defined as hungry dogs, basically, like military dogs, and how they want to basically starve us out so we all go back to work. So I've been trying to talk more about if we don't survive or thrive off of that, we don't thrive off of being hungry, clearly. That's not how you motivate people or get people doing what you want them to do. What are the ways in which we thrive and that we continue to grow and we continue to just do better in the world? It really is King Cyrus. And so Jaguar had just done us the favor of asking us to define thriving. So I went through a bit of my definition, and Jaguar put a very good one out there about being a full human that's an agent of one's life. So the question that I propose to you all, and again to King Cyrus if you want to answer or talk about it, is what makes you thrive? How do you thrive? Or how do you respond to these very negative positions that a place like Fox News has towards this conception of how people thrive? Because the only thing they're interested in is their pocketbooks thriving, of workers coming back to work for them. Jaguar says, I feel that people thrive when they aren't tired or overworked. Maybe it's easier to control people when they are. You know, that's another great point. It's another great point, Jaguar. Given that when people are burned out, they're more easily susceptible to doing the bare minimum of what they have to survive. Whereas if you actually want people to grow and to do things that are meaningful and sustainable, it's going to take something different. Gangle says it's another version of takers and makers. But we're the makers. We make the stuff with our hands. True. Fear and exhaustion make people incredibly manipulative. Manipulable, rather. Yeah, Duke, absolutely true. King Cyrus says this true, plus the idea of comparing us to hungry dogs is also authoritarian in many ways. Absolutely. And when we talk about things being free, we need to be free to be able to do the things that we want to be doing. And that can't happen if we're always fighting for sustenance. I got turned back into a bird. This has always been discussed that the stick is the key part of the system. Very true. Jaguar says, in that sense, the majority are beat down so that only a few get to thrive. To add in, this contributes to communities not being able to thrive. Duke says, discussed by economists and those who believe in capitalism. Oh, we're starting to get to the point where we need to start doing stuff in human form. Duke says the system is set up so that only a few can ever thrive, which makes the carrot, makes for the carrot. If everyone got it, how we can make people work incredibly hard for less than their worth. Jaguar said if individuals can't make their lives the best they can make them, then they can't contribute to their communities as much. I think we lose out as a whole because of the stick economy system. Yeah, you're all bringing up really good points in all this. And it does really feed into each other, right? Like you're saying, Jaguar, where if you can't, as an individual, thrive, you don't have energy to do a lot of the things. And I think that's why it's so beneficial to the people at the top of everything to keep doing what they're doing and to keep incentivizing these systems, because it does make people easier to control. People without community who are isolated are easier to control and manipulate. People who are not given enough time to research or figure out their own economic positionings and who are exhausted all the time are going to consistently end up in places where they don't have the time and energy to move past where they are. They can't really fight when the only thing they have is nothing. But the flip side of that, and something that I think is also worth noting, is that if you take too much from people and you leave people desperate enough with nothing, then they're gonna fight back eventually. And I think that's kind of the part that a lot of them are forgetting. Cyrus says it feeds the idea that they need to be in control and manipulate into doing what they want them to do. The burnout in many ways is the intention. Yeah. Gangle says the narrative is that capitalism keeps us alive by generously offering work for the hungry. It tells us that we should be grateful for slaving away. We need to amplify a different narrative. Exactly. And I think that narrative really comes down to the fact that we're the ones who do a lot of the hard work. We're the ones who do the majority of the labor. And in exchange for that, why should we have to constantly beg for an opportunity to perform for someone else's wealth? Why should we have to pay for someone else to have our basic needs, like living? It's not like, you know, landlords, for example, provide housing. They don't build the houses. They just profit off of it. Jaguar says, I know that I do my best at work and in my communities when I'm not burned out. I can give more to myself and to others. The system needs to be revamped so that people can have more personal time. Oh, that's definitely a factor. And honestly, since you mentioned that, Jaguar, I think a part of that is going to be a reduction in work hours. People don't work 8 hours straight. That's just not how they function. Breaks in between work are very important. And so I think a reduction in hours is going to be in order. And I think that's something that we really need to be discussing, about getting higher wages for less hours. Y'all see that interview I posted with the Aussie boomer? Legit tried to claim he used to work 23 hours a day before he retired. I did not get a chance to see that, merchants, but that really doesn't surprise me. Also, where am I supposed to go in this? Not into the storm, I guarantee that. The issue with hour reduction is that people fight back saying that people don't deserve higher wages for less work. They also say there will be inflation and the whole system will collapse. Yeah, they said the same thing about the 8-hour workday, but you know, that's become pretty standard too. I think we really need to be talking about the 6 and 4-hour workday for a living wage at the very least. I mean, if we can't abolish the system and flat out change things, that needs to become more of a thing. And you know, the thing is they've been threatening for years, oh, you know, robots are gonna replace you, it's just gonna get cheaper to pay for machines. Well, now a lot of these companies still are trying to hire people and expecting people to be there. Because the thing is workers still are required, and for the most part, workers have a lot more bargaining power and leverage than they often realize. Maybe I'm supposed to be in human form here. Okay, I did that before and that did not happen. Which way am I supposed to go with this? I guess up the stairs? A 4-day work week would be great as well. You're not lying, Jaguar. Honestly, we should also be getting at least back to the point where one job is enough to sustain people. Where we have some control over our time and hours. And we know our schedules in advance. Human body can only indeed take so much. Oh, Gingle said they experimented with a 4-day work week in Iceland. Is that Iceland you meant? It was a great success? I'm sure it was. Where am I supposed to push this thing? Oh, there we go. Okay, how was I supposed to know that the path would start forming as I was pushing the boulder? Does anyone feel like this game is kind of a metaphor for climate change? Some of the managers, of course, talk as if we're expendable. Oh yeah, definitely. So I don't know. I'm seeing this game, and we've got this giant storm, and at the beginning of the game, everything kind of was falling apart, and now we're at this point where, like, things are building back up, and we're trying to get this. We're trying to get this thing moved together, like this spherical object together. I don't know. I really hadn't thought it through. But I think it's kind of fascinating that the concept is around weather vane. And this inclement weather. Maybe there's just been too much of that lately. And I'm starting to see it everywhere. It just feels like we're trying to reverse time on some level. Like, we're pushing this thing, and because now, you know, we were one bird, and we transformed. First, we called all the other birds together. And I think there might be something with communal action as well here. We were a bird, we relied on the other birds to come together to open something up that made us human. Then we worked as a human to free the other birds to get into the next area. Then we freed more birds and turned them into humans to help them push this with us, which is recreating the world around us. That seems like I'm onto something in terms of what this game's trying to talk about. But I could also be... Oh, absolutely, Gangle. And I wonder how much of it's even conscious. I think it does connect to today's topic, actually, Jaguar. I was just thinking that. I'm just not sure where I'm supposed to take this now. mean, a lot of what we need to be doing in terms of thriving is also making sure that we each can thrive together. That is not just one group that continues to thrive. Is there a way to get it up there? I think the connection is that the individual who thrives and connects to their truer self can also help others do the same. When we work together, we can thrive, and we all advance because of it. I definitely like that message. That's a good point. I think a very important thing we can do is build community. Says Duke, both in terms of those who like perspectives, but also those physically around you. Indeed. It's only by working with people that we're going to make any of the changes that we need happen. I am not sure where I'm supposed to take this ball. That bridge is where I came from, I think. No, that is the way. That is definitely the way. There's a glowing light. The Icelandic 4-day work week experiment is worth checking out. The workers felt more well-rested and ready to take on the challenges of their work, making better results. Yeah, and it can't be one of those 4-day work weeks where you're working 12 hours a day. Jaguar says King Cyrus makes a great point, too, about the burnout being intentional. If we're burnt out on the job, we look for one another, so there's a constant rotation of people, thus less benefits. The employer and the government need to give out. I think I'm going backwards slightly. I'm not even sure. Wonder if I could get it up this stairs. No. Where am I supposed to go here? Because we started off over here. And I pushed the thing around this way. Right, we did start over here. Yeah, I started over at that building and structure. But that bridge wasn't built before. So maybe I am going the right way? You know what? Let's push through. If we end up back where we started, so be it. The burnout is definitely intentional with companies like Amazon. They exhaust their workers to break them. It's how you exhaust any resource under capitalism. True, and workers are just another resource to be exploited. You mean the 4-day work week, not the exploitation, obviously. True. The controls on this are a little bit on the awkward side. And honestly, I'm just not sure where to go 100%. But I really do think I took it backwards. But yeah, in terms of the conversation we've been having, I appreciate all the input, and I appreciate having this conversation about how we thrive, about how we grow together in terms of community. And I think by talking about the ways in which the current system disincentivizes us and tries to put us in these positions where we're vulnerable, we can see the ways that we thrive the most. And I think in a lot of ways, it's by making sure we look out for each other as well. That we make sure everyone gets access to things. And not just think about ourselves. And there are limits to it, and not, saying be selfless all the time and don't take care of yourself or anything like that. But what I'm really trying to get at is when someone gets a benefit, maybe something you didn't have, be happy for them. When another person gets a chance to have something a little bit easier, be happy for them. As long as they're not exploiting other people to do it, or doing the minimum amount of exploiting possible in our current economic system and reality, considering that capitalism literally does that. Welcome, Kevin. Kevin says wisdom. How are you doing today, Kevin? I'm doing pretty okay. Just trying to figure out this puzzle here in this game. Can't really complain. What am I supposed to be doing here? Gangle said just some companies will ravage land and pollute, leaving the bill for the cleanup to the people. Companies will break workers and throw them away, leaving the bill to somebody else. Oh yeah. And that's part of the whole way a business is supposed to run. Make as much of your cost externalities. It pays not to let workers burn out. We have to make it not pay as a business model. Jaguar says, good point. There's a lot of crab mentality and individualism that keeps us down. The mentality is also the struggle. I am very tempted to quickly try to find out what to do here. If anybody wants to, by all means. But I basically feel like I'm supposed to be in this area because that's spinning and it's been kind of like follow the weather vanes. I try to go to this one, but there's a wall here. King Cyrus says, I know people know, but yeah, Afghanistan is now Taliban country now. Another country victim to US hegemony and imperialism. True. That is very unfortunate. Oh, oh, that makes sense. I can push it while it's not a solid door. Okay, that makes sense. And now we can collectively push it. And when it turns into a door, or no longer turns into a door, I can just walk right through. There we go. It is indeed frustrating, Jaguar, how these things keep happening. Is this another one where I have to push the door open, or I have to do something before we move forward? No. I have to do something else. Probably from up above. Especially given that these stairs are here. Sarah says, the so-called anti-imperialist and certain MLs, of course not all, are celebrating this and comparing the fall of Saigon to the Taliban taking Afghanistan. No joke, as if it was equivalent. It's pathetic. That is honestly frustrating to see. And the reason that's frustrating is because this isn't Vietnam. The struggle in Vietnam was not exclusively, like, it's the same thing I basically said earlier. The Taliban is not a leftist organization. They're not striving for socialism or communism. And I know many in South Vietnam weren't, even those who fought against the US regimes. At least exclusively socialistic or communistic. But there was definitely more leanings. Whatever they call it, the way the Taliban is nothing like the communists who took over Vietnam and prospered. Exactly. And that's the thing that's just frustrating about it all is, yes, it's good that the US is out. Yes, it's good that the US is not in that situation anymore. But that doesn't mean someone good took over. It doesn't mean that, you know, it was a victory and all this stuff. You can't say that every revolution, if it's a counter-revolution, was a good thing for people. That's not how that works. Gangle says it feels like the USA has poured endless resources into postponing the inevitable for a couple of decades. Nothing has been achieved. It certainly feels that way a lot of the time. Kevin says, from what I've been learning, the Taliban may be pro-imperialist or anti-imperialist, more likely if the mood strikes them. And Cyrus says they're not their right-wing Islamist group we helped fund. And that's also the other thing. We did help fund the organization. In the Reagan administration, we helped fund them to fight against Russians. Russians who had gone in to help basically support a communist organization. Duke says, Gangle, this is exactly what happened. The Taliban was always going to step in once the US left. Only now will we see society develop going forward. Yeah, that is unfortunately true, Duke. You know, it's not like the US was going to create any sort of thriving leftist organization to replace them when they left. Which is about the only thing that I think could have stopped the Taliban. During the time that this Afghan and other Middle East wars were getting started, we saw the beginnings of real austerity in the United States, and my life began to crumble. It's always both disheartening and sad to hear how these very real political events end up being markers that tie our own existence and reality to a lot of our own experiences. And in that regard, it's hard to hear because I don't want to hear comrades suffering or struggling. Kevin says, instead of being supported with a sufficient safety net, I turned into a kind of hateful little hermit trying to survive. That's all too real. Duke says it's wild how both Iran and Afghanistan almost went communist, but the US, because of a US interventions, both are now theocracies. True. Where am I supposed to take this thing this time? I know I'm supposed to go through the lightning gate there, but there's no way to open it that I see. In short, the US empire was a great success. In the long run, it has created conditions that are becoming a threat to the US itself. Pretty much. Kevin says it was a hard struggle. I was taught to let go of what I do, and I realized I'd become who I am instead. In a lot of ways, I think a lot of people end up going through very similar struggles, and I think a lot of it is trying to hold on to who we are as people. Sometimes we become more connected, sometimes we become less because of it. The tentacles of capitalism, indeed. This part is not making sense to me. It's like I clearly have to push through that door. Unless I'm supposed to literally push it up the hill and then walk it across this bridge the whole way. Maybe I can try that. I wish the US would treat its workers as good as the... I wish the US had... Loss of work is loss of dignity. Cyrus says, for me there, I'm concerned for the Afghan people, and I feel certain leftists who are saying what they are saying don't care about Afghan people at all. No, I can't get that up the steps. Oh, did I get that stock? Don't tell me I got that stock. I totally got that stock. Oh, no. Maybe not. Gangle says I was never a fan of US empire. I've watched it from the sideline. Being a European, we are always caught between Soviet and the US. What am I trying to do? I know I can land on that in bird form. But I wouldn't even know how to get back from bird form to human form at this point. Kevin says, we did drills under our desk, supposedly waiting for Soviet weapons to drop. That was little grade school desk, was going to protect me from Armageddon all the way. Oof, the duck and cover days. When I talk about USB Empire being a success, it's not my opinion. As a strategy for power, it worked for the USA's favor, but I think the whole thing is crumbling and creating a danger for the US itself. Oftentimes, Empire does that to itself. That ball may very well be stuck in there, because that's not budging. Wait, maybe? Let me try restarting from checkpoint. And I'm actually going to just very quickly check what I'm supposed to do here, because I don't know. Let's do this. And there's the pushing puzzles. There's that first one where I had to turn it. Gangle says all those fascist regimes the US propped up are undermining the stability that the US thought it was creating. If they had let the pink tide take South America, the world would have been more stable. You're probably right, Gangle, but the problem is that went against some people's financial interests, so, we had to fight against it. Because the US will almost always stand for the preservation of property over the preservation of people. And as long as property comes before people, there will always be instability. Okay, they're pushing it down the hill. That's where I'm up to. Jay says, back now, girlfriend made me watch Space Jam 2 with her. What did you think of Space Jam 2? I have not seen it, but I've heard that it was a giant commercial. And rather bad. Cyrus says, I'm in agreement, but no, I think it would have happened because of the US strong commitment to the Monroe Doctrine, just as Russia always had with Ukraine. Well, that's the thing. The US, the whole control of the Monroe Doctrine has to do with the whole conception that the Western Hemisphere belongs to the US. And that is intrinsically tied to property. Jay says, it was fine. It was bad in the way kids' movies are bad, but it wasn't a bad kids' movie. That's good to hear. You know what, let me do that. Then... Ooh. Jay says actually laughed more than once at some of the nostalgic Looney Tune antics. That's good to hear. That's a pleasant surprise, honestly. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jay. I think the people who were upset were just kind of expecting it to be less of a commercial. Because I've heard that there was a lot of crossovers and that basically it was essentially a giant commercial for the studio. But I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge it in that regard. The sound work for this game is very interesting. I completely agree with you, Gangle. Somehow I have to make all of this like actually form. And I'm not sure how I was supposed to do that. Is it a matter of just finding the right spot to place it? This area is even confusing in the walkthrough. What the heck happened to my character? I'm breakdancing into the ground. I have no control. It's actually kind of funny. Restarting from checkpoint again. This game is definitely not without its issues, but I am enjoying it, and I'm enjoying sharing it with you. Let's try this again. Gangle, what did you find particularly interesting about the sound work for this game? Since you had commented on it. Did I get it in a good spot? Did I get it in a good spot? I think I got it in a good spot. There we go. It's the whole thing just now with the pressure wave. Oh yeah, it kicks up, right? And the funny thing is that pressure wave really reminds me of heartbeats. And there's been references to heartbeats, like, throughout the whole game. What am I doing over here? Does the game want me to go that way? Duke says this seriously seems like an afterlife. It wouldn't surprise me at all, honestly. I'm very curious to find out where we end up with this. Okay. According to the walkthrough, I am going the right way. That makes me feel a little better. Maybe I can stop relying on it now. Because that one spot was just like, what do I do? There's no direction. I've been pushing this ball around, like, where do I go? Did I just leave all those people with that ball over there? Oh, did I get more people? Is that what I just did? I think I just got more people. So what can I do now that I got more people? Like, what changes? Nope, I feel just as stuck as before. Honestly, Gangle, that wouldn't surprise me in the least. Oh, you know what I wonder if I can do now? I wonder if because I have more people, if my seismic activity's bigger. so that maybe I can get this whole pathway open. Not quite, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I need to find like 2 more kids. That makes sense. Okay, so where do I find these other 2? Because I really don't know where to go in this game right now. So when I was up there, I was supposed to go to the right. Well, that's not normal for me. No? Oh, there was another set of stairs. Okay. That makes sense. Duke says, like in real life, the solution is to go make some friends. True. I mean, that's how we're gonna overcome a lot of our struggles. It's by consistently working together. Alright, I gotta find my way back up there. I think I know where to go to get there. Let's find out. At least I'm getting the idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. Gotta put the social back in socialism. That we indeed need to do. Let's see. I was able to get back up. Come on, let me jump up there. Really? You've been climbing like everything else I wanted you to do, and you're not gonna climb that. Well, that's not good. Oh, the ball turns me back into a bird, or from a bird. That's good to know. That was not very obvious to me. You know what, I'll just go back around the long way, because at least I know how to make that work. And now that I have more of the kids here. I don't have to line it up as perfectly. There we go. Duke says, I gotta say I love the originality in this game. Me too. Honestly, it's been fun exploring this with you all. I'm glad somebody took a creative approach to all this and tried to make whatever their vision was a reality. I like the fact that it kind of lets you just explore, and it goes against conventional wisdom in terms of that, like with most games these days, where they point you in a direction and it's like, go. No, like, figure it out. Figure out the puzzles. And I think the art is original. I think the gameplay is original. Again, my biggest pet peeve so far with this whole thing has been how slow the character runs as a human. And that's really a nitpick in terms of the game. And mostly because you have these very wide, expansive areas. Duke says it's cool how it almost subliminally pushes you in the right direction. True. I think this area has honestly been the only exception to that. And not every game is going to, you know, be perfect in that regard either. So I'm fine with that. But most of the game, you're absolutely right. It's kind of nudged you. Like, hey, follow these birds. Hey, go to this weather vane. Maybe the slow pace is deliberate to force you to take in the scenery. That's possible. Where am I trying to get to? There was a specific staircase. I think it was this way. I think that's the area I'm trying to get to. Is it? Or did I just find a different one? Nope, that's where I'm trying to get to. I see it now. When the music kicks in, though, it is really nice. It's very atmospheric. What are the kids doing before you get there? Like, are they... A new bird thought open. I just want to see if that's supposed to be enough. Or if I need to find, like, 2 more. This area is really large to be walking on foot. No, I think that point either. That's a really good concept, an idea, Duke. Maybe they failed and got stuck, so they went to find help. Okay, yep, we're good. We can move forward now. I think I know what to do. I just have to figure out how to get back to where I was. I think one of these 2 staircases would. Duke says, "You're just another in a long line of prisoners to this place, it seems." Quite possibly, yes. If your theory that it's an afterlife is true, most certainly yes. But now I should have enough of them. Whoa. Okay, that was kind of... And I should be able to get across the bridge. And probably activate something. Since you fall and turn into a crow and you turn human near the ball, why not fly back? Because I have to fall to do it, and there wasn't really an opportunity to fall. Do I have enough? That side looks like it's completing. And this side's completing. Perfect. What are the cries supposed to represent that they... Is it the lamenting of the old reality or something? Like... Are they screaming out of frustration? Are they lamenting and crying? Like, what exactly is this seismic power that the group gets? I mean, I know I'm about to open this door. Jaguar says, with this talk of the afterlife, underworld, and rolling a ball, it reminds me of what's his name from the Greek myth, the one who pushes a boulder. That would be Sisyphus, I think? That is a really interesting parallel. Also, we just got the gate open. Meaning this trial is over. At least this hurdle of it. That is very motivated music. Hopefully not, Duke. I'd rather it not roll down and, reset. Where are we trying to get to with this? It looks like there's a pathway on the other side over there. Maybe. Yep. Was I not supposed to get it up here? I'm getting the sincere feeling I was not supposed to get it up there. Because that got stuck real quick. I don't think you're supposed to lose it yet. You're probably supposed to bring it somewhere to do something. It was probably supposed to go down the hill towards that doorway that I saw. And I just managed to glitch it up a ramp that it wasn't supposed to go up. Why do I only have 3 people pushing? There we go, there's 4 now, and the 5th one's trying to catch up. There we go. It actually does affect the speed of the ball, depending on how many people are pushing. I'm betting we go that way and it starts opening the ground. Jaguar says, if you ever made the bird call, would they come over, or is it random when they make the bird call? Oh, I don't know. Ooh, that camera angle and the lightning. Wow. A Kingle, maybe not enough of them are starving. That's funny. Oh, we just entered a new area. That was very orange. That was intense. Looks like we're in a new area. So what now? That ball just started moving on its own. Where are we? Did we just feed something? It's the Birdman from the beginning of the game. What is this? Oh, wow. Wait, what happened? Like, a couple of them went in. What the heck? Oh, I just got separated from everyone. Except this one. I can literally rebuild the world just by, like, pressing a button now. I don't need the ball anymore. Hmm. Oh, not at all. Just a complete maze that I'm running through. With no direction. Oh, is that Birdman over there? No, that's a good point, Duke. As long as David Bowie doesn't show up, this can be fine. Wait, Birdman's over there. He just attacked that kid and turned him into a bird. I gotta go get Birdman. What even is this game? I'm also noticing that the thing I'm carrying looks kind of like the Birdman's mask. And I don't even know what to make of that. Wait, who are you? Like, is this gonna loop on it? Really? It really is surreal. Nope, not that way. What Inception should have been. Not the, boring dream film. True. I guess I'm trying to get to that open door. Orange brought me to a new area last time, so let's see if that happens again. Oh, this looks different. I'm on a cliffside now. Hey, Birdman's up there. Oh, lightning. What the hell? That actually scared me ever so slightly. It's like, alright, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm good. You wanted to get my heart pumping, it's there. What is going on in this game? It's Birdman. What you doing, Birdman? There's multiple? They're walking through a portal. Am I about to become one of them? What is going on? This game is so trippy right now. There's another orange door up there, so I guess that's where I'm supposed to go. So the thing I'm carrying looks like one of their heads, and they're making the similar noise themselves and building the world again. So I'm kind of curious if I'm about to become one of them. Wait, there were like 2 pathways. Okay, that's not a pathway. That's ominous. What in the world? I just put on the mask. Yep. Where am I going? Maybe you'll become one of them, and then to be one and send you into being a bird, thus starting a loop. Wouldn't surprise me. This is a hell of a trip, not gonna lie. True. Wait, what? What just happened? I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going. Um. Am I supposed to just keep going in a circle? That looks different. Am I actually going anywhere? Okay, that's new. That's different. That was kind of nightmarish in a weird way. Oh. I am full bird person. And now I'm really slow. What is that sound? Bird arcades. Cyrus, to be honest, I like the movie in a weird kind of way, but maybe I like the concept more. One of those bad films just so you can't help but like type situations. That makes a lot of sense, Jaguar. I don't know what these bird people are. This is strange. Though I imagine this is like the end of the game, actually. I did say that we'd probably beat it in one session. Have I joined a weird cult? Not anytime recently. Maybe in the game. Oh, that is a big orb. That is a big energy orb. Am I just cutting the line? I'm totally cutting the line. Me next, me next. Did I just die? That's it. That's Vane. You know, sometimes you're just born a bird, and then you become a boy, and then you grow up to be a birdman, and then you sacrifice yourself to a cult. I can fly during the credits. That is totally the afterlife, and you just chose oblivion to end the cycle. gonna run through the credits. Yeah, I got nothing for you on what I just watched and witnessed. This has been a journey. Well, the interesting thing is the achievement that you get for turning into the bird person was called Ascension. And when you hit the end, you get an achievement called Sacrifice. Also, it looks like the game basically started over, but the credits are out, because this is the beginning of the game. Our deepest thanks to our friends and families for your infinite patience. Made with Unity, of course. Powered by Wise. Friends and family part, that's what makes us thrive. True. Thank you for playing. And so the cycle repeats, I guess. Yeah. The game doesn't technically end. It just throws you back in. Let me just quickly check what's going on with the achievements on this. To see if maybe there's a hint at something else, if there's anything else worth doing in the game, or if I did anything. I'm a little bit confused. Because missing a bunch of the achievements. Yeah, I have no idea if there's anything else to this game or if we beat it. I'll have to look into it off stream. Maybe the achievements tell us what's going on in the game, said Jaguar. That's kind of what I'm checking also. Well, the achievements that I got were Awakening, the machinery of the world rumbles back to life. Ascension. Actually, what was next there? There was Transformation, the gold does more than glimmer in the desert. Acceleration, time lurches forward and the world begins to change. Convoy, open the way up for your friends. Ascension, don the mask and ascend the tower. And Sacrifice, give yourself to the gold. Ooh. So the thing that that turned you from a bird into a human is the same thing you gave yourself back up to. That orb was the gold, as it were. What does that make it, though? Well, in any case, that's Vane. Um, if there's more to the game, if I find anything outside of this, we'll load back in with Vane next week. If not, I will be loading back into Staxel, where we will build our monument to Vane for beating it, and we will likely start the next game after building the portal there. So, depending on what we do, either Staxel or Vane will load in next week. But I very much enjoyed this experience and this game with you all. It's been kind of trippy, but I also enjoyed the conversation today. Duke says, just call me Slowpoke and I have confusion. Yeah, there's definitely a sense of confusion here. I'm going to think about it a little bit more and see if I can do some research and maybe talk about it at the beginning of next stream, regardless of which game we load into. With that said, though, I think I am going to call it a stream. I want to thank you all again for coming out. If you are someone new, do consider giving me a donation. I have 2 links in the description down below, one to my Patreon and one to my single link donation. Anything you can give would be appreciated, but only if it will not cause you any harm. Outside of that, it's completely unnecessary. That said as well, you can also find links to my Discord in the description down below. We have a lovely community there. We'd love to have you. And we have a lot of great conversations, both about politics and a lot of other stuff, including games. So if you enjoyed that, feel free to stop by. I also have my Twitter listed down there, and if you're new again, please consider liking, subscribing, and all the rest. Thank you as well, Jaguar, for the stream and the hangout. I hope everyone has a lovely rest of their evening. And with that said, my name is Anarchist Tara, and I hope you enjoyed watching.